Hello again, everybody. Welcome to OCVarsity.com. It's time to talk about this week in football. This is the first week of league games in most leagues involving Orange County teams. Got some really good games in the schedule. Dan Albano. And one I want to talk about right away is the Pacific Coast League. This is a game that's Thursday, maybe for the PCL Championship. Laguna Hills, defending champ, against Corona Del Mar.
Yeah, this is the incredible opener, huh, Steve?
Really?
I mean, if it is for the league championship, I think the league is improved. I think it's got some depth. You know, San Juan Hills is adding a real nice dimension. We know Beckman's playing better. Laguna Hills coming off to me a surprising victory against Canyon. So Laguna Hills is on an upswing. They've had some games that they haven't showed a lot, with losses to El Toro and Trabuco Hills, but they showed something against Canyon, and Corona Del Mar coming off the bye, Steve.
Right.
And we know Corona Del Mar had some trouble with Newport Harbor. The rest of their schedule hasn't overwhelmed me with CDM. So, and Laguna Hills has had CDM's number, as we know, the last really 3 years in this league. Last year's game, 34-7 for Laguna Hills. So
right.
I think it's a tough game to pick. I think it's going to be very close, but I think the Hawks, even though they've lost a lot of guys, as we all know, I think the Hawks will get the victory. What do you think?
Well, I'm going to go with Corona Del Mar. I really like their offensive balance on this team. They got a very good running back, J.D. Abbott. Michael Borcher, pretty good quarterback. And I think at this level in the Pacific Coast League, if you have offensive balance, which Laguna Hills has had in the past, you can win it. So I think in a pretty close game, I like CDM. Skipping ahead to Friday's games here, we've got a very good one in the South Coast League. Dana Hills and Tesoro. Tesoro's been 5-0 in that league the last couple of years. Dana Hills, big-time offensive explosion last year. Looked really good. I thought they were supposed to be down this year.
Who's that, Tesoro?
Dana Hills.
Dana Hills.
Man, they're good.
They've been very impressive.
Yeah.
Of course, they are firmly ranked now in Orange County, and
--
had that great showing against Newport Harbor.
Yes.
Just really took the Tars to town, and they backed it up last week against El Medina.
Right.
Big shutout victory. Both these teams have been very impressive in a common opponent against El Medina. This is the hardest game of the week to pick, Steve. I mean, we know, I think Tesoro and Coach Brian Barnes, he's a big-time big game coach. I like the way his teams respond in big games, and I think the light goes on with Tesoro. A little bit of their power ranking in with some fans probably is a little misleading, because they had the loss against Fountain Valley. They weren't full strength. They didn't have Mitchell, the running back. They didn't have Ajawara, the offensive lineman. So we haven't really seen Tesoro at full strength. And then we got an up-and-coming team here in Dana Hills going on the road, trying to get a big victory against the two-time defending champions. Does Dana Hills have the experience quite yet? I think Dana's going to knock off either Tesoro, Mission, or San Clemente in league. They're going to get a big W. I just don't think this is the week, but I certainly wouldn't be surprised. But I somehow think Tesoro's going to get to next week's game against Mission Viejo. They're going to get there with the undefeated in league, that one victory under their belt. But this is a tough game to call.
You know what? I'm picking Dana Hills going against you, which is stupid because you're killing everybody in our OCVarsity.com contest. I don't know why I'm going with that. But anyway, I think Dana Hills is going to get this
Very
one.
close game.
But I really think Mission's going to go 5-0 in that league. Now we're going to finish up one really quick. Big Trinity League game. Orange Lutheran against Mater Dei on Friday night at Orange Coast College. Orange Lutheran, has had a lot of injury situations, sickness things. Quarterback Bobby Wheatley's been out the last couple weeks with pneumonia. Markovsky's played pretty well in relief.
Yeah.
But I like Mater Dei in this game. I think that Mater Dei is getting better week by week, and they're getting healthy and getting well at the right time of the year. Of course, we know about Chris Ward, the big tackle, pretty effective player, but I like MD in this one. How about you?
Yeah, and I got my red shirt on because both these teams got the big red here, the Red Storm and the big red.
Yeah.
But and another injury for Orange Lutheran has been Garrett Gillan. I don't know his status. I know he had hoped to be back by this game.
Right.
Really good linebacker and a power runner for Orange Lutheran, and I think Mater Dei is going to win this game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where Orange Lutheran's at. With the injuries and the sickness, I don't know if they put it all together.
Yeah.
I think last week, they showed Damani Wilson runs for over 200 yards against Banning. So you got that dimension. I think Bobby Wheatley's in there. He's going to try to pick you apart.
Right.
I think Mater Dei's going to have to bring up their cornerbacks, not give that all those button hook routes and the tight end routes to the Lancers, who are going to probably be very multifaceted as always.
Sure.
But I think if Mater Dei can come up with a good defensive scheme, and I think maybe that L.A. Jordan game, if they keep that back in mind, that anything is possible with Orange Lutheran on this game. If there's a formation, Coach Kuhnau is going to throw it out there.
Oh, yeah, gosh.
But I think it's going to come down to Mater Dei playing their sound football, doing what they do right, getting the ball to Victor Blackwell, getting a playmaker out there as much as they can, and keeping the game. This time of year, it's all about turnovers, right, Steve? You get the league, you got to play sound.
Especially in that league, huh?
Sound. You got to keep. You got to control the football. You got to keep control of the football. You can't turn it over. And you got to make some stops on D. And I think Mater Dei is going to play a solid game and build toward their game next week against Servite.
Yeah, and it's time when they all open up the playbook. Nothing to hide now. You're in league. You got to win these games.
We know Mater Dei is coming off the bye as well.
Exactly, and that's a huge game here. We'll be doing our updates Friday night from that game, Mater Dei Orange Lutheran to Orange Coast College, and so much else here at OCVarsity.com. It's a big week in high school football with a league game starting this week, and you can keep track of all of that and all the fall sports, water polo, girls volleyball, everything else here at OCVarsity.com, where we've got you covered.